Welcome to the Community Difference Plano, powered by the Difference Media LLC.
And hosted by Nathan Smith with the Enfuego Group. And also sponsored by Jax Crider with PBJ Mortgage. Audra Hooper with Alloy Personal Training at the Glen Eagles in Plano and Castle Hills locations. Diane Castle with Castle to Castle. Tracy Duff with Assisted Living Locators. Megan Schaffer with the Hive of the Happily Insured. And by Jeannie Smith with Guardian Mortgage, a division of Sunflower Bank, N.A. The Community Difference Plano was created to serve as a platform for local leaders and business professionals to showcase their expertise, values, and commitment to their community. Overall, the podcast aims to create a stronger sense of community in North Texas by highlighting the often overlooked or unnoticed good work being done by local leaders, businesses, and professionals. So sit back and relax as our host, co-host, and their guests share inspirational stories, experiences, thoughts, and insights about being a professional, along with the opportunities for our businesses to serve our communities in very special ways. Because the Community Difference Plano starts now.
Good morning, Plano. It is 11:32 a.m. on a rainy fall morning. It's a much needed rain. I don't know about you guys, but I like it when it rains and it's cold. I may be the only one, but welcome to the Community Difference Plano podcast, firmly rooted at the intersection of business development and community involvement. I'm your host, Nathan Smith, with the Enfuego Group, where we specialize in guiding your personal finances to help you properly protect your income. We're not just about financial freedom. We're also passionate about empowering aspiring entrepreneurs to break free from corporate America. So I invite you to join us in our mission to ignite the fire for freedom and help you to live life on fire. Let's get to it today. It is the most wonderful time of the year, hopefully, right? I know the holidays can be kind of a mixed bag for a lot of people. And so if that's the case for you, certainly our hearts go out to you in that regard. But for most of us, it is a happy time of the year. And we are summing up really a year's worth of phenomenal topics as we get to our last topic for December, transforming the sales cycle, leveraging social platforms to establish know, like, and trust components of building rapport. We're going to dive into that theme during our second segment today. But in order to do that, and let me just start with this because this theme is important because thinking about or focusing on revolutionizing your sales cycle through social media really does begin to rely primarily on creating know, like, and trust framework within the social media landscape. And so often we are salesy in the social media landscape, or we over promote in the social media landscape. And so learning how to engage in the proper context that builds our brand and recognizes us as a leader, not only in our industry, but in the community, is going to be very important. So I'm excited to get to that in our second segment. But first, let's introduce our co-host for today, a native Texan with 20 years experience in the mortgage industry, passionate about helping people make the path to home ownership simple and accessible. Leading PBJ Mortgage, she is dedicated to educating and empowering her clients through their largest financial decision, of course, a mortgage, right? Ensuring the process is as straightforward as peanut butter and jelly. With PBJ Mortgage, please welcome Jax Crider.
Hey, Nathan, how are you?
I'm good. Very, very excited to have you this morning on a rainy December day. What are you most excited about that's going on in your world?
Oh, man, this is a great time of year, right? I mean, I'm a foodie, so I don't necessarily love the cold weather like you do, but I love to eat. So this is my time, right? All the things, all the food. And so plus, Art Reese's have winter bodies, like as opposed to summer bodies. So I feel like, that gives you license to eat what you want, right? More or less.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we have a special guest co-host today.
We do.
The owner and creator of the Difference Media LLC, the very airwaves, the very platform that we're on right now. Lendon Wilson is passionate, right, about helping businesses really understand the driving forces behind making that small difference, right? To be seen, be heard, be remembered. And so through our podcast, through our Business Development Alliance, the Community Difference Project and Initiative, things that you'll continue to hear more about as we move into 2025, he is really the leader of us all in a sense and challenging us to get better each day. But he's always in the background, twisting and tweaking and making all the adjustments, producing. But we want to bring him out from behind the curtain, right? Unlike the Wizard of Oz, we want to pay attention to the man behind the curtain today. So please welcome Lendon Wilson.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, that's what he looks like.
He got to be my cool host last month, Nathan. So that was fun.
That's right. Man.
Yeah, Jax and I may be becoming co-hosts together. I mean, it just kind of worked out that way.
I know. Hey, I love it. I love it.
Right. Well, let's bring in our guest today with Cohesive Confidence LLC. Christy Meaux, founder of Cohesive Confidence LLC, is an entrepreneur and connector with a passion for helping small businesses flourish. She has a background in real estate and marketing. She transitioned from a successful mortgage career to coaching and consulting. Through Cohesive Confidence, she empowers women entrepreneurs to build personal brands, align goals, and achieve sustainable growth, all while staying true to their vision. That's very important. Published author, she is aspiring contributions highlight her commitment to innovation and authenticity. Please welcome, with Cohesive Confidence LLC, Christy Meaux. Christy, good morning.
Hello, everyone.
Glad that we got your name pronunciation out of the way in the pre-show. I got a really good friend of mine whose last name is Como, Comeaux. So I figured Mo was right, but I'm glad you confirmed that. So, good morning and welcome. We're glad you're here. What's exciting that's going on in your world?
Well, today is the day of the collaborative book launch of Being Brave. I'll be having that posted and shared on my social channels through and through. Excited to be included with 30 women, all of us sharing our unique stories of being brave and stepping out in vulnerability and embracing our power there. So it's an exciting day there. I'm excited to be here with you guys and connect and create more community for Plano and surrounding areas. So thank you for having me.
You mentioned, are you a Daring Greatly fan?
Huge. I'm a Brene Brown fan.
You mentioned that on my website.
Awesome.
Yeah, she and Mel Robbins are two that I seek information and content and just inspiration from on a regular basis.
Well, first of all, shout out to Harvey Luzier, who just he's
what's up, Harvey?
On the Wiley show. He just popped in, so we're glad you're here. Well, Christy, thank you, and best of luck as you launch that book. I know that's going to be really exciting. We got a lot of exciting things coming up in the community. We've got some special guests with us that will be on the other side of the break for our What's Up Plano segment. Stick around as we go to commercial. We want to always show love to our sponsors. We'll be right back on the Community Difference Plano.
The Community Difference Plano was made possible by Nathan Smith with the Enfuego Group, Diane Castle with Castle to Castle, connecting charities to fundraising solutions, Tracy Duff with Assisted Living Locators, Jax Crider with PBJ Mortgage, Megan Schoffer with the Hive of the Happily Insured, Jeannie Smith with Guardian Mortgage, a division of Sunflower Bank, N.A., and by Audra Hooper with Alloy Personal Training at the Glen Eagles Plano and Castle Hills locations. The Community Difference Plano. Together, we can make the difference. And now, back to the show.
Are you ready?
Because it's time for
What's Up Plano?
What's Up Plano, sponsored and brought to you in part by Love and War in Texas. Get ready to experience the true heart of Texas at Love and War in Texas. In Plano, savor authentic cuisine, from barbecue and wild game to Gulf seafood, all while enjoying live music from some of Texas's best artists. Whether you're craving a taste of the Lone Star State or looking for a fun night out, this iconic spot has it all. Visit Love and War in Texas and discover why it's the perfect blend of Texas flavor and spirit. Speaking of the perfect blend of Texas flavor and spirit, I got to dote on Jax a little bit. You like that transition? That's pretty good, wasn't it? Just had a book launch. We don't we don't promote ourselves, but we like to promote other people during this segment. So she had her big book launch, Lendon, if you want to throw that up there. I think it was last Friday, right, Jax?
It was. And actually, the first day of launch, it was an Amazon #1 bestseller. So that was exciting.
Congratulations. Well, you and Lendon know a little bit about that, so that's good news.
I was going to say, and Christy's a member of the author club too. When are you joining us, Nathan? Come on now.
I have about 1,000 book ideas. None of them are about business. Most of them are about theology. So
it's okay.
I'll
Go ahead. Write a book about theology, bud.
I will at some point. I'm actually working on some other curriculum about something that's unrelated, but we'll talk offline. So, hey, congratulations, Jax. If you haven't bought the book, Jax, 20 years in the industry, obviously a wealth of knowledge. So thank you for just your contribution to the community, but also we wish you luck as you continue to grow those sales. All right. Speaking of, let's turn it over to you, Jax. There's a lot of exciting things happening in Plano.
There is for sure. So let's talk about this one. This is Scrooge, the musical. So if you are more on the west side of Plano, because this is the Willow Bend Art Center, there is going to be Scrooge. That's going to be the 11th through the 15th. So here coming up, this is a really cool opportunity to go see some holiday fare, right? And just enjoy some time with family. And so this is definitely something that you should go out to and take a look at, right? There is Sip and Shop. So for those of you who don't know, it's also referred to as Wine Walk. So the third Thursday of every single month, downtown Plano does something really cool. And what it is it's called Wine Walk. You get to have some wine, go to different shops, do a little shopping. So since this is the shopping time of year, and that is definitely probably my #1 love language, you should definitely go out, show those businesses some love, and go ahead and do Sip and Shop. Okay, so this one. So my daughter loves trains. I don't know if you guys have the little kids who love trains. My daughter loves trains. I did not know this, but in downtown Plano, the Interurban Railway Museum on Fridays offers story time at 11 a.m. And so you can go and you can meet Motorman Harold. That's him right there. And it's a fun thing to do maybe with your kiddos. They're probably going to get cabin fever over that month off school. So here's a good opportunity on Fridays at 11 a.m. to do that. So there's going to be a holiday parade in downtown Plano as well. That's going to be December 14th at 2 p.m. And so if you want to look at the parade route, you can scan that QR code on that. That's popped up there on the screen. So you definitely want to check that out. Again, lots of fun things to do with the kiddos. This is definitely the time of year where, lots of holiday things to do. And as well as you want to keep them busy while they're off school. I know, Nathan, you can appreciate that with me.
Yeah. Now the Sip and Shop, for some reason, we had a Sip and Shop at our church for many years, and it always seemed like something for only women. Is that the case?
Nope.
Do guys go to Sip and Shop?
Nope, there is guys that go to Sip and Shop too. Yeah, so basically you get a ticket and then you go, so for instance, my mom's business, which is La Food for All downtown, they are one of the places you stop, and they have a wine that's assigned to their shop, and then you have a cup and you go and you get your little cup of wine, and then you can walk around and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of fun. They've been doing it for years, and if you've never done it, you definitely should. I actually think, and I can't remember the date exactly, but I know that Legacy West does something very similar as well. They also do something that's kind of similar to Sip and Shop. So Plano's got plenty of things for you to do if you like the alcohol.
My question to you, Nathan, is you said your church did a Sip and Shop?
Yeah.
With wine?
No.
Okay.
I think it was more like
like grape juice.
Yeah, we weren't Catholic or progressive, so no. Thank you. It was more like
I just wanted to. I want to just clear the air.
Teas and beverages and coffee. I don't know. I never went.
Okay. Well, that's, all those things.
Like he said, Lendon. He said it was only for the women in his church. He wasn't allowed to go.
I don't think that was. Yeah. It was always women putting it on, so I just figured that it was for them. And it was always, the flyer was pink, and it was just, I don't want to be, I know it's 2024, but it just didn't seem like, I feel like if it was for men, it'd be like, Sip and Shoot or something, something, Chug and Shoot. That'd be the name of the Chug, Shoot and Shop or something. I don't know. I'm just coming up with ideas. So who knows?
Hey, the town I used to live in, they have Wassail Fest, and it's huge. Big old, everybody goes downtown and goes around to all the businesses, and everybody, it's a competition. So you get to vote on who has the best wassail.
That's
kind of fun.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it does.
That sounds fantastic.
Maybe we need to start that in Plano, guys.
Chug and lug.
Do it.
Well, that's a great introduction.
That's awesome.
Let's bring in Officer Haley. We built a good reputation and rapport with Officer.
This is the first time in the
Sergeant
history
Bass.
of the community difference that I have actually seen a private chat that we have, and we've all laughed at it. First time ever. So congratulations, Officer Haley. You have broke the mold.
Thank you.
Officer Haley is standing in for Officer Babb today, and we might end up liking her better.
Sergeant
So we'll have to see how it goes. Yeah. What?
Sergeant Babb.
Sergeant.
That's
Not
what I said.
Officer Babb.
Did
Sergeant
I say?
Babb.
Oh, sorry, Sergeant Babb.
Yeah,
My
he's
mistake.
my boss. He's my boss. So.
I was gonna say he's a boss, baby. You better
All right,
give him
Sergeant
some
Babb.
respect.
Sorry, I'm gonna get a ticket randomly now for something.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna go search down Nathan's car and just like place a ticket right there on it.
Well, our incredible Plano police officer Haley are very involved this holiday season. Tell us what's going on.
Well, hi guys, thanks for having me. We have a lot going on. I've got a long list to get through, so we'll start from the top. I want to start with our women's self-defense class that we're going to have coming up at the very beginning of the year. It's called RAD. If you don't know what it is, it's called Rape Aggression Defense. And it's a class that we offer to women 15 years age and older, to the citizens of Plano. And it's a 4-night class. It's 12 hours long. It's not super intensive, but we do give you the tools that you need in your tool belt to protect yourself if ever the need arises. We give you the chance to use those tools on aggressors, which are really just male instructors. They get dressed in these big, black, scary, padded suits, and the women in the class get to use the tools that we've taught them, and they get to beat them up at the end of the class. It's a really good class. It's really a lot of fun. We have people come through, and it's life-changing for them. It's really cool to offer that. So the sign up for that, it fills up very fast, and I highly advise that you get on the website. It's called eventbrite.com. The sign up is going to be December 17th, and it fills up very fast. There's only 30 slots available because it is a very intensive class. So Eventbrite, set your reminder, eventbrite.com. You just search Plano Police RAD, and you get signed up on the 17th. And those classes are going to be January 27th, 28th, and then February 3rd and 4th. We break it up into a Monday, Tuesday, and a Monday, Tuesday to kind of break up the monotony. So, because it is a four-day course.
You may consider letting the husbands dress up in the big suits and let the wives take out.
I was gonna say, Nathan,
might
I don't feel like doing more paperwork than I already have to do. So yeah, no husbands allowed. No husbands allowed. The only men in the class will be certified RAD instructors, and those are police officers.
Well, very good. What else you have? I know there's a lot of Christmas-related things coming up as well.
We have a lot of Christmas things coming up. The next thing I want to talk about is our Unidos program, which is our Spanish Hispanic community outreach that we have. Our next meeting for Unidos is going to be December 10th at 7 p.m. at our main station, the Toller Room. And really what the Unidos program is, it's just an outreach program to the Hispanic community so we can bridge that gap between the Plano Police Department and our Hispanic community that we have. We have a large Hispanic community in the city of Plano. We want to reach them and serve them the best way possible. We're going to be bringing lots of topics, hopefully some information about fire safety and stuff like that. But it's a special meeting because Santa comes to this meeting and he gives Christmas gifts out to the kids that get brought to the meeting. So that's really a lot of fun. Again, that is on the 10th at 7 p.m. at our main station in the Toller Room. So that's 909 14th Street in the city of Plano. So that's when that is.
And then we know that there is I can't remember what's next. Is it Christmas Cops?
Christmas Cops. Yeah,
Christmas
let's
Cops.
jump right into it. So Christmas
Love
Cops.
it.
This is our 40th year that the Plano Police Association has brought to you Christmas Cops. What it is, we police officers come across people in need all times of the year, but we remember these families and we put them in. They might not have the best Christmas, so we put them in to be served by Christmas Cops. And what they get, we get who's in the family, how many kids, what do the kids like. They get coats, they get winter clothing, they get toys of their wish, obviously, of what we can get. But the big thing is, this is the last week to donate for Christmas Cops. We're picking up all the donation boxes. You might have seen them around town. Lots of businesses have them out. But pickup is on Friday, so we want you to get out and donate those last-minute things. Coats are always welcome, warm clothing, hats, mittens, socks, and, toys for all ages. It's not just young kids. We've got teenagers, and stuff like that. So try to give a good age range of things to offer. But the last day to offer to give those out for the boxes is going to be Friday because we pick those up. So what we do, we take everything that's donated and we take it to our warehouse. We sort it, and then we get our list of families and we pack the boxes. They're bags and bags. big bags that we pack, and we pack them all together, and it's a huge effort that the Plano Police Department does. We have volunteers coming in and all hours of the next 2 weeks, and it's really a big effort to do, but we're serving over 350 families this year for Christmas Cops. Wow. So it's a really, really neat experience. And what we do is we set up a giant pickup location out at Clark Stadium on the 21st. So if your family's been entered, you show up on the 21st and you pull up and we load your car with everything, anywhere from toys to clothes to even bikes. We get a lot of bikes donated from Walmart, actually. So we have a good array of things for Christmas Cops. So I just want you guys to get out there, and this is the last week to donate, and it really helps us out a lot. Were some of the locations on that flyer? Yes, there are going to be some of the locations on that flyer as well. And then there are ways to the second flyer. You probably already deleted it, but if you see something, a poster of these anywhere, there's going to be QR codes where you can, maybe you don't have time to run out and buy toys to drop in a box. We always take cash donations. I've had people walk up to me, and it's so awkward. People walk up to me at Christmas Cops events, and they'll hand me stacks of cash. And I'm just like, this feels very illegal, but thank you so much. And I just stick it in my pocket and put it in an envelope, and I take it to the head person. But it's really a good thing. So if you can't get out and grab toys or coats or anything like that, we do take cash and gift card donations as well.
Well, very good. And I know we can look at the website for that as well. And also we'll post those flyers on the Community Difference Facebook page, as well as the Community Difference Plano Facebook page.
Absolutely. That's absolutely, yeah.
And so this Friday is the last day to donate. So make sure, yes. I'm just thinking we're in the process of doing some winter cleaning. I don't know if that's a normal thing, but so we got a lot of good stuff to give away. So we'll work on getting some stuff in the boxes by Friday. So
that's awesome. That's great.
Was there anything else? I think that's everything, isn't it?
I have actually two more things.
Go ahead.
Sorry. So tonight, I know Bab talked about it last time. Our craze,
yes,
our citizens response to active shooter events. We have it tonight. It's at 6:30 at the Davis Library Community Room, and members of the Plano Police Department Crime Prevention Unit, which is my unit, will be presenting the citizens response to active shooter tonight at 6:30. So if you've got a chance, you got some time, we hope that you guys come out and learn something.
Love it.
Yeah, and then the last thing I wanted to plug, Brad gave me a long list. Our Citizens and Police Academy. Okay, you might have heard it. You might have heard of it before. But so what it is, it's a class that the Plano Police Department offers. It's a 12-week course for anyone who lives or works in the city of Plano. You're going to submit your application. We will do a background check on you because obviously, if you have criminal history, we don't want you learning the ins and outs of the police department. But so it's a 12-week course. It's really intensive. Each week, you get to hear from a different unit, whether it's straight from the chief, he comes out and speaks, the bomb unit, the SWAT, K9 comes out, Capers comes out, CSI comes out. We have a night called Shoot, Don't Shoot, where we put you through very fast-paced scenarios, and you have to decide on what you're going to do very quickly. It's really a lot of fun. We also have a Saturday. It's called Drive Day. You come out to our training academy, and you get to drive a police car, one of our cars, on the driving track. It's really a lot of fun. We yell and scream at you to drive fast, and it's really a lot of fun. We tell you, people get into my car, and I say, drive it like you stole it. Just don't kill me. And it's very amazing.
I want to ride with her.
I definitely want to do that.
Hey, yeah, we all want to pick her.
Yeah. So the last three, more than
sign up for that right now.
Couple of classes. The winner, the fastest driver, has always been in my car. So
all right,
she wins every year, guys.
Hey, our very own Diane Castle is signing up for this.
Okay,
nice.
Yeah,
and then but the dates for that, the registration opens on January 6th. You go to the Plano Police .org website, and you find the link for Citizens Police Academy, and you sign up. You submit your registration form. We'll go through it, and we'll get you signed up for that. The registration opens on January 6th, and the class starts February 13th. So it's every Thursday night from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Amazing.
Yeah. Wow. And then you graduate on May 8th, and then we take spring break off and stuff like that. But it's really, really a lot of fun, and you get to learn the ins and outs of the Plano Police Department. It's really cool.
Very cool.
That's incredible. That's awesome. Well, Officer Haley, thank you so much. We want to transition here before we wrap up and bring in a friend of yours also and a great servant of Plano, the city councilman for Plano, and also chair of the Collin County GOP, Shelby Williams, a great friend of the show. Shelby, good morning to you, sir.
Howdy. And yes, not the city councilman.
Yes. There's like 8 or 9. How many are there? 8?
There are 8, including the mayor. Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Shelby, but you're his
Still
city
in the-
councilman, so you're the city councilman for Nathan.
It's a lot of responsibility being the only one. Well, let's get right to it, Shelby. An exciting program coming up. I don't want to spoil anything. I'm just going to let you take it away.
Sure. Well, a couple of things with the Collin County Republican Party. We're having a significant reboot, and we had tremendous results, not only electorally. We had in Collin County the highest voter turnout in this election out of the 10 largest counties in the state.
Awesome.
A couple of news outlets contacted me about that. They noticed it in the rankings. So we're very pleased with that, very proud of it. But we're also changing a number of things we're doing, not least of which is community outreach. But we're also starting a new charter members program. Now, charter member technically means getting in on the ground floor of something, but this is the ground floor of the Collin County Republican Party reboot. And going along the lines with changing all the things in a positive way, the charter member program is a tiered membership program, a monthly membership program. So we've got 3 different levels, the grassroots level, the Liberty member level, and the Patriot member. Now, these come with different benefits at each level, including everybody gets a membership pin and a welcome gift, as well as some discounts on Collin County GOP merchandise. And then at the upper tier, like the Patriot member level, we've got a higher discount on merchandise, but complimentary access to the VIP reception at our annual Lincoln Day dinner coming up in February, complimentary reserved seats on a bus trip to Austin to the Capitol for Collin County GOP days, several things like that. And we're excited about this because our traditional method of fundraising has really centered around our Lincoln Day dinner. And we're trying to promote consistent activity throughout the community, including consistent engagement with our fundraising. As I've said, we've got to stop taking the approach of showing up at people's doors once every 2 years, asking for votes. And we need to be consistently engaged. And as you know, the Republican Party, we need to represent what the Republican Party really stands for out in the community, rather than just keeping ourselves to our own echo chamber.
It's interesting. You kind of, even a movement can be can struggle with engagement. We're going to be talking about that on our next segment in the social media world. But when you have a movement, the idea of being relevant and present, and not just showing up when you need votes, is actually very synonymous, has a extreme tie to business, right? Operating in that same sense. You want to be constantly building trust, and so that's really exciting. How do people sign up? Get involved. What is it at the GOP website? Collin County GOP website.
We need a shorter URL, but yes, you can go to collincountygop.org, and I will also put the link to this program here in the chat for y'all.
Yeah, perfect. We'll put that in the comments.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, very good. So you're launching that in February. Well, that's the first. And then will there be any type of connection? We got about 30 seconds here. Any type of, other than the dinners and the merchandise, what will the people that are the part of this membership be doing kind of throughout the year, and especially as they get closer to the different voting seasons?
Well, and that's the biggest thing. And we work as a party in electoral and legislative cycles. So we are coming up on the next legislative session, the 89th legislative session. So we are going to be having bus trips from Collin County to the Capitol for people to get engaged, speak with their legislators, and influence the legislative process. When the legislative session ends, assuming we don't go to umpteen special sessions like we did in 2021, then it's going to be a little bit of an off season before the primaries start. But there are community events, community things happening throughout the year, including Scrooge. Excellent plug, Jax. Me and my little girl are performing in Scrooge this year for the second year in a row. And it's awesome fun. It's freaky how much fun we had. But I'm playing the Ghost of Christmas Present, and my little girl is playing Jenny, young Ebenezer's sister. So opening night is next week, and we're really looking forward to that. But that's a lot of the thing that's happening in the community year round. We as the Republican Party need to be engaged in that consistently, and our members are kind of like the ambassadors through the rest of the community. And that's critical for the future success of the party.
Well, Shelby, thank you so much. Officer Haley, Jax, great job. Always great to have you on the show, Shelby, and welcome. Your first time, Officer Haley. Great job. We'll look forward to having you back. Leveraging social media platforms to establish know, like, and trust component of building rapport. We'll dive into that next. Stick around. We'll be right back.
At the Community Difference Business Development Alliance, powered by the Difference Media LLC, our mission is to empower small business owners by transcending acceptable behaviors and outcomes into exceptional realms. We foster a culture of self-awareness, accountability, and proactive engagement, guiding individuals to recognize and overcome indifference towards transformative actions, habits, behaviors, and processes driving meaningful change. Through strategic networking, impactful content creation, and innovative top-of-mind strategies, we cultivate brand relevance and differentiation, enabling our partners and the Difference community to stand out in crowded markets. With a focus on building authentic connections, amplifying brand presence, and driving sustainable growth, we equip entrepreneurs with the tools and mindset to navigate the complexities of entrepreneurship with confidence, innovation, and resilience. Together, we aim to be the catalyst for difference makers, propelling them towards their highest potential and leaving a lasting impact on their businesses and communities. That's where our community podcasts come in. These podcasts lie directly at the intersection of innovative business development and community involvement, helping to bridge the gap between small business obscurity often seen in our communities. The community-based podcasts called the Community Difference Series are an integral part of integrating all facets of modern business development into a package of great content, positive impact branding, and top-of-mind presence, thus fulfilling the greater mission we set forth. When we set out to be difference makers, we can learn to make a difference and find the success and impact innately desired by all business owners and entrepreneurs. We are difference makers.
Welcome back to the Community Difference Plano. Again, thank you to Officer Haley and Shelby. Oh, Shelby's sticking around with us. Awesome. Well, first of all, transforming the sales cycle, leveraging social platforms to establish know, like, and trust component of building rapport. I want to start out actually with the statistic. 76% of people trust recommendations from online community groups. How can that build trust, right? So when it comes to social media groups, whether it's a page or group that you created or one that you're a part of, what is y'all's favorite way to add value to these groups without sounding salesy? And that's super, super important as we start here.
I was going to say, so I always am looking to help answer questions where I'm the expert in the space, just because I want to make sure that I'm helping people. Because honestly, for me, it's not about getting business. Like, it's about helping people. And what's interesting is that you don't realize then people start recognizing you as that authority. So then when people ask for specific recommendations, they end up putting my name in there as the expert in that space, if that makes sense. But I'm doing it simply to make sure that I'm helping people, right? I'm answering their questions, because if I have the information, I guess I feel like it's my responsibility to help share it, right? Help give them good information and good insight.
Jax is right on the money. Content is king. If you're providing content that people genuinely value and genuinely engage with, then over time, just like Jax said, they're going to associate your name with that value. And when they have a need, if you chart the customer journey from awareness to consideration, once they start considering, then your name is going to be on the short list by default.
Well, and ultimately, it's not even just the value that you're an expert in necessarily, like mortgage. Any value can level up your awareness and your familiarity on social media and in these groups. And so I think that's where we get caught up in just talking about what we do And yes, you can give value in your space without being salesy, and that's certainly a good thing. But you can give value in a group that has nothing to do with your space in your industry. And so I think that's important, that it's the continual engagement of just being a person of value or resource that helps raise that familiarity level. Let's ask this question. Or does anybody else want to answer that initial one?
Well, first, I'd like to. I mean, when we're looking at the title of what we're talking about this month, it starts with transforming the sales cycle.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that it would be important for us to identify what a sales cycle is for those that might be watching that don't know and understand. Because when you look at where we are today with social media and where I started 30 years ago in sales, it's completely different. The sales cycle has transformed so much. And what I see on a daily basis in my consulting is so many people are still stuck in that 30-year archaic form of the sales cycle.
Well, give us what is that? What is the old way?
Well, the old way, let me get to my notes here, is the old way is prospecting, right? Cold calling, the initial contact or building rapport, right? We were all taught, if you're old enough, you were taught to build rapport. Well, how do you build rapport? You got to get to know somebody. But here's the kicker to this, and this is something I hope we focus on today. In building rapport in the old traditional way, you had maybe an hour. Now, because of the digital technology that we have and the opportunities for us to be seen, be heard, and be remembered, cheesy tagline, you can build rapport on a daily, minute by minute basis based on your content or participation in social media. That in itself shortens and transforms the sales cycle tremendously. Because if you only have an hour for someone to get to know you and you don't do a good job with that, they're going to walk, right? Because they've got to be able to trust you. And that goes back to the know, like, and trust. And then also that know, like, and trust plays into the brand awareness, brand familiarity, and brand relevance. If you can do all of those things through social media, that is how you transform your sales cycle. And that's the ultimate goal, right? The ultimate goal is to have people want to buy from us, is to have them pursuing us, not us chasing them down all the time.
And you're building rapport with not just one person. You're building it with thousands of people simultaneously.
Thousands of people. I mean,
great.
so look at it from one thing real quick. Look at it from this perspective. Okay. Let's say that you came out with a new soft drink. Okay. A brand new soft drink. And it's great. It tastes great. It's packaged great. Everything is great. What is it going to be when you are up against competition like Coca-Cola that has already established the know, like, and trust factor, the brand awareness, brand familiarity, and brand relevance, right? They don't have a sales cycle anymore. People know what they want and they go get it. But you, as a brand new product, do not have that privilege at that particular moment. So how do you shorten that? How do you catch up? Well, you do the same things through reaching thousands and thousands of people and letting them get to know who you are as a brand, not just what you sell.
Christy, go ahead. Sorry, no,
Yeah, no, man. There's so many
just jump in.
Yes, to Jacqueline's point of in our private groups, the number one thing you have to do is make it about them. You want the people that are joining your special group to know that they are seen, that they are valued, that you have something to offer them, and start building that trust by making it about them. It's not about me. It's not about my business or anything that I'm selling. You literally have to find people where they are, nurture them, love them, help them be better over and over and over again. I've created an accountability call every Friday with my private group. We jump on Zoom and go over 3 goals for the next week. Everybody knows that happens. and it creates consistency, but we're also building relationships on that Zoom call. So we're taking it outside of the group and building relationship. So it's all about the relatability. When I look at all of the influencers, new word, new sales term, a new approach to building rapport, you look at these influencers. We have one living here in Allen who is a huge influencer, and people follow her. She has an Amazon store. She has a TV show. She has restaurants, all of these things. But you know what? I was a fan of hers because she was funny and I could relate to her. So then I followed her, and now I'm supporting her local businesses and I'm giving back to the community because I'm a fan of her. So we're creating fans. We're attracting followers while also doing the know, like, and trust piece. I don't know this lady from Adam. She could pass me on the street and not even look at me once. But I trust the stuff that she's selling because I see the result that it has within her space. So it's building that rapport. She's adding value because I know where it's rooted. But then the second piece of that, and Lendon, you hit the nail on the head with an existing reputation of a long-standing company and being a new company coming into a space trying to capture some of that market. I joined a skincare company a year, 20 months ago, brand new to the market. And they announced on Saturday that they're closing the doors because the funding is run out. You know, it's competing with long-standing social selling brands and coming in and trying to do things different and still compete with more money. So there's definitely different dynamics there, but people will buy from me because they know that I have the background and the product with really great results. And that goes for anything that I sell.
So let me ask a question on that. So in transforming our sales cycle, how do we use those things that you talked about, Christy, to shorten the sales cycle? And how do we use those things because when you look at it, it really boils down to this. And when you talk about influencers and the way digital media is positioned today, your focus is making it trendy to do business with you. Right?
Yeah.
If we can accomplish that, whether it's using an influencer, because that's what influencers are all about. Influencers tell everybody that if you do business with Christy, that's a cool thing to do. Mm-hmm. Everybody's doing it. You should be doing it too. So that almost eliminates 80% of the old standard sales cycle, because now they don't care about sitting down and really having a conversation and hearing how much you know about the product, right? They trust that already because you built the know, like, and trust through influencers. That's why they're influencers, because they establish the trust factor. So how are we using that ourselves to become known, like, and trusted, seen, heard, and remembered in a way that people pursue us and want to not only buy our product, but endorse our product to their friends?
I think it's important to remember that we are also influenced, right? We, you, Lendon, you and I know Jax, we follow a lot of very big name entrepreneurs through TikTok, Instagram, etc. And we don't know them at all, but we know them, right? We feel like we know them. And the same thing is true. They've built that following, and they've done it pretty quickly, right? I'm just throwing one name out. I'm a big fan of Myron Golden. I don't know if you guys know who that is.
Yeah.
But brilliant man. And we have a lot of shared values outside of business too, but there's that connection there. And so I don't know what he's selling, but I trust him much. And it's funny because I've never met the guy, but I guess a lot of times as business owners, we don't feel like that can be us. And it almost has to be in the landscape that we're in today from the social standpoint.
Well, Nathan, you said one word that really describes why people become influencers, how they become influencers, and how they can do it so fast. And it's values, right? People watch you, listen to you, and they go, "Oh my God, this person is me. This person, this is me. I've just not been able to express myself in the way that he or she does." Right?
It's the relatability factor.
It's
100%.
100% relatability. And that is part of branding, isn't it? Is relatability. Yep. So that's where digital media has been so impactful. And we as our entrepreneurs are missing the boat. Some of us are too intimidated to try to become an influencer.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, I don't think that I realized earlier on that, I was so knowledgeable in my field, right? I was so good at creating assets, but what I didn't realize is that I wasn't as good at creating the eyeballs. I wasn't like there's never been a time like social media that have allowed you to get your message out there, show your value, show your worth, show what you're trying to accomplish in a way where you're literally attracting exactly the person. Because before, the old way, like you literally, like if you and I would have had a conversation, Lendon, and we weren't aligned, then I would have had to go down the whole other path of trying to find somebody else still in the field that you're in, and then try to see if their value is aligned with me. I mean, now you don't have to do any of that, right? Like you just have to like flip to the next reel and like, oh, okay, here's another mortgage person and here's what they represent. And here's how that, it looks and aligns with me. So you're able to build a know, like, and trust factor at such a crazy scale that it allows you to literally attract your exact people, your tribe, if you will.
And that's where differentiation.
Go ahead, Shelby.
Well, I was just going to say, that's where differentiation is so crucial, because amongst social media where everybody can opine, and everybody does, differentiating yourself is key to standing apart from the crowd. And the algorithms for each platform play in there as well, because they're going to better promote the things that other people find relevant. So the better you can differentiate in a positive way to more resonate with your target audience, the more your content is going to be promoted to them, and the more they'll even get the opportunity to know, like, and trust you.
Absolutely. So, Jax, I got a question for you and what you just said when you were talking about looking at that reel and whether it resonates or not and scrolling to the next. So when we were talking before about building rapport, all right, so let's say that we have 30 minutes, an hour to build rapport in that old traditional way. What I love about social media and reels is that you may not build rapport in the first time they see you on a video, but if you're consistent and frequent, it gives them a chance to get to know you better.
Yep.
And then they get to see the consistency in your behaviors, the consistency in your message. That makes them feel comfortable that they can trust you. Right? Myron Golden has the same consistent message every single short and reel. Some of the stuff I see him, I'm like, I don't know if I like that. Right? That may not fit me well. But it's still the same. His personality, his character is not changing.
Right.
And his message doesn't change. His approach may be different than the way I'd want to approach it. But I think that's where we miss the opportunity, because some of us will put out a few shorts and reels and then stop because, well, I didn't get a sale off of it. So I guess it's a waste of time.
Yep. Well, I think that people don't forget too, that the consistency piece, I think the statistic, and I'm not going to get it right, but it's like they have to see you over like a 7-hour window on multiple different platforms before they can trust you. And it's because they're having to interact. Mm-hmm. They're having to like kind of see like who you are as a person. What do you stand for? How does this, align with what I believe and what what resonates with me? And that's a huge privilege, but it does mean as a business owner that we do have to be consistent. Yeah. You can't just like throw a few things out there, right? Make a few little posts about whatever, or interact in a few groups and then just be like, why is not all the money rolling in? Why isn't it all just, everybody just coming and knocking on my door? It doesn't work like that. It takes time for those people to build that trust factor with you.
Well, Christy, I want to ask this to you because I want to, as we wrap up here in about a minute and a half, if you can do that. I want people to maybe they're just starting a business. or social media is new to them, or they feel like it's the dumpster fire so far and their sales cycle is a wreck. They're just going old school like Lendon, and they're trying to transition. You just started the business in August. Was it August? Yeah, so very recently. So walk us through your journey to implement some of these things and how that's working out with you.
So the first thing that I did, and I advise all of my clients to do, is go to their Instagram and Facebook pages, their personal ones and their business ones, and make sure they're set up as a digital creator. That digital creator status will get you seen by so many more people and across so many more different platforms if they're looking at hashtags or your accessibility to trending reels, trending sounds, music, any of that script information. Do that and you'll see your engagement, and you get visible engagement on where are your followers, where are the ideal clients that you want hanging out, the demographics of your information. Spend time in your back office, because if you're not spending time there, you are going to miss the mark. You know what? My clients, my potential clients, my ideal clients, they all hang out on my Instagram stories. I get 75% of my engagement from my Instagram stories, more than I do anywhere else. Now, it doesn't mean that the rest of my content sucks. It means that maybe I need to cultivate some relationship there by engaging on other people's content to make sure that my content is getting seen. So it's a two-way street. You can't expect everyone to simply show up where you are if you're not going to where they are.
That's true.
So, you know, my biggest take is go make sure that you're hanging out with the people that you want to do business with, so they want to do business with you.
That's funny, Christy. I was told one time that not to try to find people where I want them to be. Go find them where they are.
Well, that's a great way to end the segment here, guys. We're just kind of touching the hem of the garment. We've got 2 more great weeks. We normally have 4 shows a week. We'll have a Christmas special, but we won't do a topic that week because that'll be on Christmas Day. So 2 more weeks with different guests and co-hosts. Thank you so much, Shelby, Christy. Really good conversation to start off this topic for the month. When we come back, we'll dive in deeper with our guests and talk more along the lines of, you know, what is your community engagement and involvement doing to bolster your business, your image, your brand, et cetera, and how you've been involved with the community. Stick around. We'll be right back.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible. At Fireboss Realty, we believe life is about relationships, and everything else is just details. Whether you're buying or selling, Scott and Amy Johnson are here to understand your family's unique needs and deliver expert guidance on the North Texas real estate market. With a reputation for integrity and personalized service, Fireboss Realty makes your home journey stress-free and successful. Ready to make your move? Visit firebossrealty.com and let's ignite your real estate dreams.
Everyone deserves access to affordable health insurance, but with traditional insurance, costs can be high and getting coverage can be complicated. JP Direct Health is a simpler, more affordable way to get the health coverage you need. With plans for individuals, families, and small businesses, you can save money on monthly premiums without the need for physicals. At jpdirecthealth.com, we specialize in customizing coverage to fit almost every budget with affordable PPO plans and many other benefits. With over 100 5-star Google reviews, JP Direct Health is a trusted resource making health insurance affordable and accessible for everyone year-round. Affordable health insurance solutions are a proactive protection, not a reactive solution. Visit jpdirecthealth.com today and see how much you can save.
I'm always here to help. Thank you.
Are you or someone you know pregnant or planning to conceive? Caitlin Smith is both a certified childbirth doula and instructor offering childbirth classes to couples wanting an unmedicated, physiological birth outside of the hospital setting. Caitlin has served the local community since 2021 and specializes in working closely with midwives, all while best supporting a mother's physical body, her partner, and the birth environment. You can contact Caitlin through Instagram at thismamadoula or email her at caitlinsmithdoula@gmail.com to learn more about childbirth classes or her doula services.
Are you looking to buy a home? The process can be daunting, but it doesn't have to be. With the help of a qualified loan officer like Paul Fisher, you can get the financing you need and get into your dream home. Paul Fisher, a direct local lender with Certainty Home Lending, has many years of experience helping people buy homes. He's knowledgeable, experienced, and he'll work with you to find the best loan for your needs. Contact Paul Fisher today to get started on your home buying journey. He'll help you every step of the way, so you can relax and focus on finding your dream home. Visit www.loansbyfisher.com or call 817-308-7361 to schedule a consultation with Paul. MLS number 2018111.
Now back to the show.
Welcome back. We want to jump right into talking specifically with Christy and Shelby. And I want to ask the question, if you got, what's really more of a reflection, if you guys can just share a little bit about your contributions to the community, right? We talk so much about the integration of community involvement and business development. And so if you want to be seen, be heard, be remembered, you got to get out there. Right? A huge part of that, of course, is through social media, what we just talked about. But also just engaging the community. As a citizen, you want to do that because it makes life a lot better. You know, you don't necessarily want to be a shut-in and a hermit your whole life. That's just not fulfilling. So talk about how you guys have been, and Shelby, obviously, you know, a lot of obvious ways for you, but still want you to talk about it, how your unique contributions to the community have shaped your professional development, your professional path that has led you where you are today. I'll start with you, Christy.
Well, so I've relocated to North Dallas area from New Braunfels in February. And so I'm new to the area, still exploring and finding my way through. But what I did find is the connection in the networking space. I am a master connector, master networker in the virtual space, but also really crave that face-to-face engagement on the ground. And I found that with a group of women. They are part of the Global Women's Empire Network. We have a Plano chapter, and I'm a founding member of that group. We meet once a week, and there are all women business owners and community engaged individuals, from magazine editors to small business owners and middle business owners, you know, so every aspect of how do we support women out in the community where they are, give back, stay engaged, and show up in support of that really does pour into my cup and fulfills that one-on-one connection and relationship. So I love exploring. We go eat at a different location, breakfast, lunch, happy hour each week. So I'm getting around and exploring a ton of places in Plano, and I love it. I love it. It's great.
I was going to say, for those of you who don't know what she's talking about, is Christina, who was one of my guests on the Frisco show. She's one of the ones who created Global Women's Network.
Yeah.
Now, you said you're new to the area. Where did you move from originally?
New Braunfels, between Austin and San Antonio.
Yeah.
So cute little German town.
That New Braunfels.
Yeah.
Isn't that where Schlitterbahn is?
It is. It is.
Waterfront?
And 150,000 people. So it's not as small as it used to be. But beautiful, beautiful area, lots of tradition, lots of culture. But I also love finding the smaller communities in the big city, right? The dynamic and the approach to business, approach to networking. And what I've really discovered is that the communities here think bigger. It's not that New Braunfels thought small, but they still have a small town mentality. Whereas here, these smaller communities are seeking to be a part of the bigger picture all the way around.
Absolutely. I got a question for you, Christy, and that perfectly ties into what my question is all about. In moving from a smaller town, which I did the same. I came from a small town in Arkansas many, many years ago. And that's one reason I did, because the thinking is different, right? The perspective is different. And what has been your biggest pain point in moving not only from, let's say, a slightly different culture to a larger thinking culture in growing your business? What's the number one pain point you feel like you've experienced?
Great question.
Oh boy. Well, there have been, and I've given myself permission to take things at a slower pace when I need to. I know when to put my foot on the gas. I know when to take it off. That's a personal awareness piece for me. And And I encourage everybody to get in that lane. Figure out how fast you're going to go and when to take your foot off the gas. Pain point wise, I actually had a different business when I relocated here. I was in the mortgage space. I was an originator.
Bless your
And
heart.
closed.
Lendon is a recovering originator too. Apparently, I'm the only one who's stubborn enough to stay in forever and ever.
Well, some things are not meant for me to hold on to forever. And that was something that I was ready to step back from and go 100% in on what I felt was my bigger calling. And I don't know if you guys read Bob Goff, but he has a book called Dream Big. And in that book on page 46, I believe, he talks about how he's licensed as a lawyer, but it doesn't mean that that's what he's supposed to do forever. And I read that and I just felt so confident that what my next steps needed to be. Pain point wise was making sure that I was making the right moves in order for me to be successful and staying in the right rooms. Figuring out what served me and what didn't. And I got real clear on that stuff real quick.
Very good. Great answer.
Let's wrap up, Shelby. Same question to you. Obviously, you have a different professional path. I know you have your own business, but just talk about how that's contributed to your, really shaped your experiences within the community, both in your service role and then obviously in your business itself.
Sure, and they go hand in hand. And first, Christy, welcome to North Texas. Second, unlike Christy, I'm not a natural networker. Believe it or not, I'm an introvert, and it doesn't come naturally to me. Professionally involved with marketing and digital transformation, client service has juxtaposed fairly naturally with the political sphere. So even though networking isn't natural, and I'm blessed with Plano City Council to be invited to a number of opportunities to be involved in the community, what I wouldn't be on my radar. And I have discovered over the past 5.5 years of being a public servant that, again, going back to content is king, by virtue of having put content out there, shown the community what's happening, communicated with them, people are coming to me that I never would have met, even with my elected role. And that's why I was asked to run for Collin County Republican Party chair. I can't stop running for things. I think I have a problem. But
worse addictions to have.
Amazing.
People come to me with questions and ideas who, if even as an elected official, if I weren't so, if I didn't conduct the community outreach and communication that I did, I would never have the opportunity to meet. So tied in with my professional life, it's really taught me to serve others by providing information of value and also to be receptive to what's coming my way. And I mean, that's a feedback loop, a positive feedback loop.
I love that. And you have taken that feedback loop and given that same opportunity to the citizens as well. I think Plano is really good at that from a leadership standpoint. So our last segment coming up, what's the difference? Probably one of my favorite segments. Stick around. We'll be right back on the Community Difference Planet.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
Total Care Emergency Room now has 9 locations in the DFW Metroplex. With no appointment needed, our incredible staff will get you checked in with no wait times. Our 5-star facility is open and fully staffed 24/7. We offer extensive treatment options for patients of all ages, providing on-site labs and imaging equipment, including CT, X-ray, and ultrasound, allowing us to provide fast, convenient care for our community. Total Care ER is your neighborhood emergency room. TotalCare.us.
Unwanted pests in your home can be stressful. From creepy crawlies to critters under the floorboards, they disrupt your peace of mind. But don't worry. All Pest Solutions is here to help. We offer a comprehensive range of safe and effective pest control solutions. We target all types of pests, big or small, including insects, rodents, and wildlife. All Pest Solutions, your local experts for a pest-free home. Breathe easy and enjoy your life again. Call today for a free quote. 972-442-1169 or email us at customerservice@allpestsolutions.com.
To belong is one of our most basic human needs. Best Buddies International is the world's largest organization dedicated to ending the social isolation of 200 million individuals who have intellectual and developmental disabilities. We focus on meaningful one-to-one friendships, integrated employment, leadership development, and inclusive living. You have the power to make an impact, create change, and champion our mission of inclusion today.
We are Cloud Staff, enabling remarkable growth for businesses everywhere with our pioneering enterprise-grade remote work solutions. We are on a mission to help business owners scale while reducing costs by matching you with an amazing staff, mobilizing your team, and helping manage business performance, making us the #1 workplace as remote work gets done. Connect with us to access the world's top talent and discover how we can enable remarkable growth for your business.
And now, back to the show.
All right, what's the difference? Lendon, let's cue the segment because we got to.
And now it's time for What's the Difference?
And now we can really start once we have that. What's the difference, guys?
I was gonna say, you gotta play the sounder, y'all.
I'm having mouse problems, and it's
okay.
never easy producing and co-hosting. So,
Like a little creature. Oh, you meant a computer mouse.
We recommend the better mousetrap.
All right. Well, we had such a good conversation in our last segment. We're gonna have to kind of go quick on this one, but I'm gonna ask you the question. Give me your 10-second answer. No long novel. Don't go about on your childhood. Just a quick answer. Answer the question. We'll try to get through 2 or 3 of these. What's the difference between being a member of a social media group and being a valuable contributor to it? Let's start with Christy.
Engagement. Engage.
Well, that couldn't be any shorter. Great job, Jax. I love that.
Does a badge count? I'm just kidding. You know, Facebook gives you a little badge. Anyways, no, I was going to say adding value versus just like hanging out in the sidelines.
that's not. Okay. That was my answer. Was value, bringing value, so that people are aware of who you are.
Shelby.
Okay, I've got to differentiate. You make people laugh.
Okay.
There you go.
Which is a value in and of itself. I mean, absolutely. Being a member shows passive association. We all probably are part of some groups that we're passively associated with, and we're missing out on opportunities there. Being a contributor demonstrates expertise, authenticity, there's that keyword, and active engagement, which is what Christy just said. When you consistently contribute value, answering questions, sharing insights, or sparking discussion, you build familiarity. That's probably one of the hardest words for me to say, familiarity and trust. And that can be in your group, as your business group, or any other group that you're a part of. As far as the sales cycle implication, valuable contributors often bypass the quote, why I do business with you question, as group members naturally view them as credible resources, reducing the need for extensive persuasion. If we're having to persuade people, something's probably gone wrong. All right, last one we're going to have time for today. What's the difference between spotlighting local businesses to build goodwill and using those spotlights for self-promotion? Let's go backwards with Shelby.
I'm going to say the biggest difference is when you're spotlighting a local business to establish goodwill, you are highlighting the value of that business for its own sake.
Jax.
Maybe more than 10 seconds.
I would just say that you should be spotlighting the business where it's not about you at all. And so if you're doing it only to highlight yourself, then it's for the wrong reasons, not the right attitude.
Lendon.
It shows your ability to be a resource and empower others.
Christy.
Well, nothing feels better.
You know,
nothing feels better for me personally than being able to edify a small business or local establishment for the sake of connection within community. You know, I get that automatically whenever I do share those things and highlight my experience with their service or business.
And we still live in a world where so many businesses aren't used to that. Like it really makes a difference when they see, oh my gosh, somebody's shouting me out. That's amazing. Spotlighting others authentically focuses on their strengths, contributions, and impact on the community. It shows generosity and community mindedness. Conversely, spotlights that emphasize your involvement, accomplishments, or benefits can appear self-serving and undermining trust. Basically, all the things that we said. The sales cycle implication: community businesses use Spotlight may reciprocate by endorsing you to their networks, preemptively overcoming trust barriers to new prospects. Again, shortening the sales cycle, the theme for this month. Very, very important. All right, speaking of short, we've got a short amount of time left here to wrap up. Guys, thank you for really a great kickoff to the conversation, to the topic this month. Thank you to Christy and Shelby, and of course, Officer Haley during our What's Up segment. Let's go around the horn, about 20 seconds each. Christy, what was your big takeaway or favorite thing that you learned or experienced today?
Well, I took copious notes on all of the really cool things that are happening on the calendar this month. As somebody new to town and new to the area, I cannot wait to explore and engage and go out and experience the holidays in North Dallas.
Wonderful. Shelby.
Well, in addition to learning that Officer Haley is very engaging and fun, the insight into Instagram stories is something I'm going to have to explore and leverage.
Yeah, I tried to literally follow Christy during the show, but I couldn't. I need to find I don't know what your account is. We'll connect afterwards, because I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to see what she's doing. So that's certainly good. Jax. Oh, there it is, right there. Perfect. Jax.
Perfect. Yeah. So I absolutely love just the conversation that we had about the business topic of the month, because it is so true, and using social media is just powerful, and I love hearing everyone's perspectives on it.
Lendon.
Well, what I learned is if you're willing to learn and participate, there's never been a better time in the history of being a professional to be able to brand and market yourself.
I think that's 100% true. And it doesn't have to be scary, right? That's the thing. Like, it doesn't, you don't have to start with a massive, just identify a few things that you can start with, and start small and start being consistent in those behaviors. And
Can I add one thing to that, Nathan?
Please, go ahead.
Because for what you said about it being small and simple, if you will approach it in one way when you're starting off, just go make some friends. Just get on social media and go make some friends, and you'll see your business change.
Yeah, that's such a simple place to start. Well, guys, thank you so much. We have 2 more weeks of this incredible topic with new guests and new co-hosts. Thank you again to Christy, Meaux. Thank you to Shelby Williams. Thank you to Officer Haley and her connection through Officer Babb. We'll look forward to seeing everybody back later on. And you guys have a great Merry Christmas. We'll talk to you next week.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Thank you for watching today's show.
The Community Difference Plano was made possible by Nathan Smith with the Enfuego Group, Diane Castle with Castle to Castle, connecting charities to fundraising solutions, Tracy Duff with Assisted Living Locators, Jax Crider with PBJ Mortgage, Megan Schaffer with the Hive of the Happily Insured, Jeannie Smith with Guardian Mortgage, a division of Sunflower Bank, N.A., and by Audra Hooper with Alloy Personal Training at the Glen Eagles Plano and Castle Hills locations. The Community Difference Plano. Together, we can make the difference.